Big Boy's Neighborhood. All righty now. We are here.
Yeah,
we
man.
are uncut. And Daniel, our videographer, he just told me, because usually when we play uncut, we dance around and everything.
Yeah.
And then he was like, man, he said, well, you guys don't have to dance. He said, just when the intro starts, you guys just kind of sit there. So just be animated, even point at the camera and everything. So we're going to try that as well. If anybody want to get up and still continue to dance, but if you just kind of want to point at the camera and, you know, do the whole, then we'll do that. All righty? All right, here we go.
Boys Uncut Podcast.
Listen,
it's everything we couldn't say on the air. Big Boys
That's right.
Uncut Podcast.
Now let's get the show started.
All righty, let's get the show started. So, Daniel, when you look back at that, man, let us know if we were on point with that. All righty, we appreciate it, man. All righty, BET. Shame on us. Shame on you,
Where's our
BET.
bell? Shame.
Yeah,
Like
man. BET, I think they did Nicki Minaj wrong.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
did.
saying? They did Nicki
Extremely
Minaj wrong.
wrong.
You know, and shout out to Cardi B. Cardi B won her award. We love Cardi. To me, very well deserved.
Yeah.
Her album was amazing. Now, taking Cardi out of that, because Cardi didn't have nothing to do with that. Her beautiful accomplishments and nothing. But looking at with BET, they put up they did a tweet where it was said, it's kind of like paraphrasing, at the moment, Nicki Minaj. What does it say?
The tweet said, meanwhile, Nicki Minaj is being dragged by her lace front.
Yeah, so they had a picture of Cardi.
Right.
And they took it upon themselves to put this out on social media.
It made absolutely no sense. Like,
Yeah.
why would you even do that? Like, go ahead, celebrate Cardi because she deserves that.
Very much
but don't
so.
drag Nicki.
Yeah,
Like,
I just thought, because at first when I saw it, I was like, dude, this can't be from BET's account. And then I saw the ad, and I'm still thinking somebody did a little ooh-wop on this. And then it came out that it really was
Yeah, it was a
BET that
legit
sent
tweet.
that out.
very distasteful.
Yeah, and of course they put it on, you know, and I don't know who actually runs their social or their Twitter account, but they put it on somebody that, you know, they put it out without, and I know there's no BET heads or, you know, a CEO or Viacom or something,
Yeah.
but they all got to be held accountable because it didn't come out of the person's account that sent it. It
Nah,
came out
no.
of BET's account. And if you hand somebody your passcode and you let them do the work for you, then whatever is good, you got to accept, and whatever is bad, you got to accept.
I wonder if, you know how we do festivals and stuff like that where we give everybody access to like an account so everyone can make sure we get full coverage. I wonder if that was the case.
Probably.
Where it was like,
Or yeah,
BET.
somebody
Come on.
had
Yeah, I
it.
mean,
It's,
the digital
I
team
think
or something.
I think even here, too many people had a fucking code
Yeah.
to get
agree.
in. You know what I'm saying?
We've had instances where things have gone up or been taken down, and we're like,
Yeah.
who did that?
And so we
have no
understand the
responses.
machine of
Yeah.
how it can happen, but we're also held accountable.
Hell yeah,
and
we
so
are.
when you do get a Nicki Minaj that say, you know what, I'm pulling out a BET weekend and all Young Money, and she was headlining one of the nights. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So whoever that was, BET or somebody that, you know, that did the social media for them, they fucked up.
Yeah.
They fucked up, not just today, they fucked up BET weekend for them. You know what I'm saying? And as Nicki Minaj, which I'm not, but as Nicki Minaj, I would also be like, how do you apologize for this? You know what I'm saying? I just felt like I would totally feel shitty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
for sure,
even
dog.
if you say, hey, it wasn't us, it was this. Okay, I can accept that, but I'm still like, damn, dude, that was shitty.
I mean, like, I feel bad for probably the person because, like, I can imagine
don't.
them be well. I
pretty sure
feel
they did
bad
it
in
on
the sense like
purpose.
they
They
didn't.
knew what
They
they were
probably
tweeting.
did no, but they
thought
probably
it was funny.
they probably
Yeah.
thought it was
They
funny.
were-
They didn't
they
think
thought
that
they
it
were
was
doing
gonna
their
have
job.
Yeah.
They probably didn't think that it was gonna have the consequence that it does have,
Yeah.
and when they lost their job. And so, like, this is a really hard learning lesson for them. And we all have those moments in life, though. You have that moment where you make a bad decision, and then there's like huge.
And you see it all the
throwback.
time.
Oh,
yeah.
You just can't be in the circus.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We see this kind of shit all the time. It's just that, you know, the person, I'm pretty sure the person didn't think like it was going to blow up, their job was going to be in jeopardy, that Nicki Minaj is going to pull out the weekend, and we'll be talking about it on air and uncut. Like, They couldn't have thought that. And I thought they must have thought they were slick too. Just like, oh, I'm just gonna do what I do.
That part. I think that maybe they got caught up in the whole like trying to make memes or trying to be funny or trying to make something go viral and catch people's attention. Yeah, well, you caught our attention.
Hell
just
yeah,
not
you did.
possibly in the way that you wanted
Fucked
it.
off the weekend for yourself too.
Definitely.
Common sense isn't so
Did they let the
common.
person go or do we do
I haven't seen
Right,
anything where
okay.
they address it, but
because even down the road, even if somebody came here, they'd be like, oh, hey, that's the person that put the Nicki thing out.
Yeah. I mean, like, it just shows,
gonna ask
again,
my
too,
friend.
for, like, companies, like, everything needs to be seen by someone else as well. Like, it's got to go through filters. And we see it so many times. Like, we'll see companies, how they make something, and we go, how did no one...
Gucci.
Exactly. How did no one say, this is wrong, we should not put it out? Whatever caliber it is. You can't just, like... let people do things. You have to go put them through the proper filters.
And also, man, speaking on Gucci, man, I saw not Gucci Mane because today's his birthday, but speaking on Gucci,
The
man,
brand.
You know what I'm saying? I saw Floyd Mayweather today on social media, and he just did a shopping spree at Gucci.
Oh no.
And Floyd Mayweather worked hard for his money.
He does.
That's his money. You can't tell another person what to do with their money. You can't say, oh, you need to donate more, or you need to do. That's that man's money, and whatever is in his pocket is his. But with that being said, with a movement going on, even if you're not with it or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I thought that his comments were too much. You know what I'm saying?
What did
Like,
he put up? I haven't seen this.
he was just talking about, he gonna do what the fuck he want to do. He's not a follower, and I understand that. It's just that at the moment when we're looking at Gucci and they're doing blackface, so on and so forth, when we're looking at that, if you know what I'm saying, if you still spending your money with Gucci, then go ahead. Everybody problem or everybody protest is not your protest, and I totally understand that. But I think that it's shitty to shit on it. You know what I'm saying? And try to devalue what
I
is so
agree.
valuable to other people.
Exactly.
Now, like, and not that you have to, but if if you send an assistant in, you don't have to. If you order to your crib, you don't have to. Even if you just walked in the store, do so. But the way that he did the interview was like, I don't give a fuck.
For real.
And that's where it takes the energy out of whatever's going on. If they say 90 days, all right, cool. I think that Floyd Mayweather, and you can go and do whatever you want, but I think that if Floyd wore Gucci in his next picture, right, I would be like, he bought it, that's his, whatever. But it was just the interview and the way that he did it that threw me off guard, where I was like, oh, come on, Floyd. You know what I'm saying? You speaking into somebody else's camera. Other networks are running it. You know what I'm saying? And I just thought that it wasn't the best look.
Probably. No, it wasn't. I don't think so as well. Kind of sucks because you would think that he would definitely feel some type of way about it.
And he said it. He was like, and we talk all this shit about what we gonna do and what we not gonna do, and then he was like, the people that's protesting, he's never seen them in TMT gear, which is TMT, the money team, is a black-owned company, it appears. You know what I'm saying? Nobody did that, and I was looking at one of my homies today, Big Blue from Blue Kitchen, and he was talking about, with them getting together and them doing meals and everything, people complain about their meals being high priced, but you go other places and you'll pay those prices and you'll take a picture. The same thing with Gucci and all that shit. It's like you gotta wear these big ass headbands. You gotta do this. You gotta do that. You know what I'm saying? I spent such and such on this just to say you ain't up on this. We see that our whole time. People go in and you would never go to Gucci and they say that's $1,700. You say I'll give you $1,500.
No, you don't.
That shit never
you don't
happens.
Bargain because
but
you know
go into places of color,
Damn.
and that's the first shit you start to do. Man, how much is gonna cost me? You know what I'm saying? Can I get it without the tax? How many can I get 2 for? You know what I'm saying? We do that shit all the time, man.
Or even for example, like talking about even Mexican restaurants that we go to, like recently we went to one and it was like, oh, the prices went up on their tacos.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, look, they just remodeled everything. Like,
yeah, man.
Like they're trying to fucking come up and like make it more pleasing for us so we can actually come in and actually sit down and eat instead of
we want to
grabbing
eat
their
for
shit and leave.
nothing. You know what I'm
you
saying?
know what I mean? Like, yeah, you're right, man. That's crazy.
You go to these fucking steakhouses, you tag them in.
Yep.
You go to such and such, you don't tag them in. You know, so I think now,
Yeah,
man,
man.
we starting to get even more conscious and more aware when we start saying spending our dollars with ourselves and who, you know what I'm
hard-earned
saying?
money.
There's been places
man.
that, on the real that I walked into and I'm like, I'm out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm out of here. You know, like the
Yeah.
way that it felt or whatever. I was like, man, like we just pulled up. I was hungry as a motherfucker. Pulled up to this one spot. Told my guy, I said, man, I ain't fucking with that. You know what I'm saying? So Floyd, that's his money, and he got a lot of it.
Yeah,
you
he
know what I'm
does.
saying? I'm just saying that, you know, the way to continue to be up is not to put some other shit down, man. And I fuck with Floyd, and that's my guy. I just thought that was shitty. El Chapo, found guilty.
Man, on
10
all 10 counts.
bro.
Man.
Yo,
Facing life.
what tripped me out was obviously throughout the whole trial and everything, how like 50 witnesses rolled up and like you know what I mean, just not told but told their story of like what they're. But
They're
to
brave.
see 50 people that you've met in your life and whatever you were going through, and just sit there and explain
probably don't
everything
even
and just
remember them.
rat, and you're just like, oh shit, okay.
I do remember that
Yeah,
story.
man.
Oh,
I
I
do
forgot about
remember
that.
you.
El Chapo
Like, I
got
did
so
this for
much
you.
money that if someone could open up the door, they would open up the door. You know what I'm saying? Like he got so, but it's like, man, I can't get away. You know what I'm saying? Like I even think that if he said to Donald Trump, I give you $10 billion for the wall. You know what I'm saying? Trump be like,
All right, then when we got ourselves the
yeah,
deal.
we got the wall.
With him being arrested, obviously he's probably going to do life.
I think that's
What
what
is
he's
life
facing.
to Chapo?
I think
You know
that's
what
what
I'm
he's
saying?
facing.
No,
You know?
But even where's the money at? He still has the money, right?
Yeah, it's got to be something.
Jesus, bro, so much
Somebody
money.
knows where
There's
that
somewhere
money's
that
at.
rats are
Controls
eating on
it.
that money
Or
too.
stash.
Oh,
That's crazy.
Yeah,
But
man.
Escobar had his like underground and stuff, right? And it all rotted.
That would hurt my heart to dig up something.
Oh yeah, they would
Yeah.
And
They
I
would
see
bury
some money
it.
rotting.
They would bury
Put it
it.
in hills,
Yeah.
in mountains.
And some of them, they just lost
Oh
it.
my god.
Can you imagine that?
Or just
All
move-
that money. They said he was worth like $14 billion and counting
I think more,
in his career. Yeah, man.
That's
I said in his
so
career.
Well, it was his career.
Hell yeah.
Imagine all the people who got kickbacks, just the politicians.
Oh, man.
Like the cops.
Oh.
Shit.
You know,
Man.
there's a lot of people
It'd
that
be hard to keep me honest. If I was in position,
It'd be
yeah, like,
tough.
wait, you hold on. I make what a year? And you trying to give me what? Like, oh man. Go
That's
ahead now.
insane.
All right, I'm
man.
gonna look the other way when you bring
For
this
real.
scooter underground. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not
Like,
saying nothing.
and you know what's crazy about that man is how much money and influence he had to be an inmate now at some capacity. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like the world was yours.
yeah.
And everything, and now you just, you gonna be locked up. And they locked him up over here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's crazy, man. All right. And
Bye-bye.
I think
I'll jump
I
in.
know you wanted to speak on Sheck West as well.
Yeah, yesterday Justine Skye went on Twitter and I don't know where she tweeted, taking a walk with my friends and my man, and she's currently dating Gold Link, I believe. And Sheck West, my abuser, and his friends decided to stalk us and attack my friends. 2 cars full of people while he sat in the car like a bitch. You're pathetic, Sheck, and you beat women. You hit your girl before me and you'll do it again. So a while ago, Justine Skye, I want to say like 6 months ago, she mentioned how she was in an abusive relationship and she never named her abuser. And now she's coming out and saying that it was Sheck like this whole time. And she said that she previously hadn't mentioned his name because she believes that like the rap culture protects people like that, that we go ahead like and we blame the victim and then we pretty much praise that other person. She said that basically people were still going to continue to buy his music. So that's why she hadn't released the name. But I guess last night she was fed up and they were just exchanging things back and forth because he tried to come back and say, I've chosen to remain silent until now because of my respect to actual victims of abuse. This is from Sheck. But I cannot stand by while lies are repeatedly being told about me. I never hit or beat any woman, and I did not beat up or jump anybody. And then she came with she posted this footage of him jumping her fence, and he was like, Justine, I was just trying to get my clothes or whatnot. And then he tweeted, then show your bruises, show this and that. And it's just getting messy. There's a lot of back and forth. I'm just curious to see where this story goes, because
And we'll watch it.
yeah,
And anytime you hear domestic violence, domestic abuse. You know, you got to take those things
very serious,
extremely serious. You know what I'm saying? No matter who it is, you know, or whatever so-called status he or she has, you got to take those kind of, you know, you got to take those very serious.
You do. And you know, I just wonder if like she ever called the cops on him or actually reported. I don't know if it's, I don't know that deep into the story, but I just wonder if those calls were ever made. And I do encourage anyone, whether it's a woman being here or a man, anybody, to do go ahead and make that phone call and not allow somebody to, because then you do have this, well, why didn't you call the cops?
Yeah, and you get sometimes where it's, you know, the one too many, 1,000 is not enough. Like, and if it's going on the first time, of course, you want to boom. You know what I'm saying? You want to call. But even if it's the 10th time or wherever, the 15th, the 20th, the 100th time, and you finally get strength, you know what I'm saying? Then you got to do so.
Yeah.
You got to do so. Like my mom in her years, she chose to be alone after being in abusive relationships. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I value my queen, and my brother values his queen, and you know, my sisters are treasures to us. You know what I'm saying? Because my mom taught us a certain way from certain things that she went through. You know what I'm saying? So you see it now where you're starting to see so much more of it. And this isn't about Shaq. You know what I'm saying?
No.
This is just about you starting to see so much more of it. And because now it's also documented, and God willing, we're not as afraid to speak about it.
Right.
You know, there's still some people that's not going to speak about it.
Yeah.
Or, you know, when you're in a position, you have a predator. You know what I'm saying? Girl, you need to just leave. Or you need to leave. You're like, oh man, she did. You need to leave her alone. Like, nah. It's not that easy.
It's
you know
not.
what I'm saying?
It's not.
It's not that easy, man. And you got to give people the outlet, and you got to listen to people. You know, because the worst thing that happened when you see people say, I didn't say nothing because nobody was going to believe me.
Yeah.
You know, that's one. Or I was afraid of my life. I was afraid of this. Where do I go? We got to continue to take care of each other even more so.
Definitely. And it's like, it's a domino effect, because I actually grew up in where my mom was in a situation where she was beaten. And for me, as I've always said it, I hope to God a man never even tries to put his hands on me, because I'm going to lose my shit. Like, I'm literally going to lose my shit because of that. Because I saw that in my head, I'm like, why is she staying? Like, why is she allowing this? Like, what is going on? So when you say that it's not easy for people to leave, like, I saw that and I never understood it. And unfortunately, like, my mom's not here, so I can't speak to her about it anymore. But it's something that I always knew, like, I would never in my life allow, because I saw what it was doing to my family, you know. So it is very serious. And and we keep our eye on that as well. You know what I'm saying? We keep our eye on that. But thank you guys for hanging out with us, man. Uncut, we're gonna go ahead and get on out of here. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your life. We are Big Boys Neighborhood, and we are gone.